Bitcoin is back above 71,000 and up over 4% today. The Iran ceasefire headlines pumped the price, but that's not even the real story. Here's what you need to know.
A pretty good day, and there are many reasons for why. In case you missed it, Bitcoin had a big recovery this morning and is still holding right around $71,000, and obviously much better than yesterday when Bitcoin fell down to 67, 66. So what is going on? Let me sum up everything for you and actually show you where Bitcoin is going to go in the next day or so. All right, so this is Bitcoin right now, 70,800. And as you can see, we had a big climb this morning, right? Over the weekend, we saw Bitcoin slide down further and further and further. And then boom, we had a big rise, and we are, more importantly, still holding. So what happened exactly? If you missed it, this is what happened. Trump said that he had productive talks with Iran in terms of a ceasefire or ending the war. Some controversy over this because Iran did shortly afterwards say, no, we didn't talk. But again, he said, she said situation. And it does seem like there are more progress around this. Many nations.
So the Iran news moved the price. But look what's happening underneath. Whales just bought 67K Bitcoin in a single day. That's not retail panic buying. That's institutions loading up while everyone else is scared.
The world's largest gold ETF, GLD, shed approximately 2.7% of its assets in outflows since the war began. On the 6th of March alone, GLD recorded a $3 billion single-day outflow. Meanwhile, the on-chain data shows that whales are accumulating right alongside the institutions. Wallets holding between 1,000 and 10,000 Bitcoin purchased 66,940 BTC on the 6th of March. That is one of the most significant single-day whale inflows on record. BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes summarized the situation perfectly. He pointed out the performance divergence and stated that Bitcoin is starting to look a lot like digital gold. So, on the surface, Satoshi Nakamoto's vision of a decentralized safe haven is working perfectly. The data proves that when the traditional financial system is under extreme stress, Bitcoin holds the line. But here's where the story turns, because you cannot analyze Bitcoin in a vacuum. The exact same geopolitical conflict that's driving capital into Bitcoin has also triggered the largest supply disruption in the history of the global oil market. Following the initial US-Israeli strikes, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps effectively blocked the Strait of Hormuz. Now this is the most critical energy choke point.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Banks are trying to ban stablecoin yield. It might actually backfire. So let me get this straight. Whales are buying the dip, Bitcoin is outperforming gold, and if banks try to kill yield, the money just moves to DeFi anyways? Bitcoin wins either way.
Decentralized lending protocols like Aave are offering between 4 and 7% APY on USDC. Offshore exchanges like Binance are offering upwards of 10% on USDT. If the US government bans yield on regulated offshore platforms, a lot of liquidity will simply flow to the path of least resistance. So, the intense lobbying around the Clarity Act is not about protecting consumers or preserving the stability of the US economy. It is a desperate, highly coordinated attempt by the traditional banking sector to prevent you from accessing the risk-free rate that your capital actually generates. Stablecoins have exposed the massive arbitrage at the heart of fractional reserve banking. Wall Street knows that they cannot compete with a 100% reserved digital dollar that pays a 4% yield. So, instead of competing, they are spending tens of millions of dollars to legally ban the competition. The question isn't whether the banks will try to pass this protectionist tariff. The data proves that they already are. The real challenge we face now is whether the decentralized infrastructure can scale fast enough to absorb the trillions of dollars seeking a fair, permissionless yield before the regulatory doors lock from the outside.
Watch 69K support and 73K resistance. Subscribe. This week is just getting started.